exchange ideas and talk about the subject of artificial intelligence. It's good because in a forum like this, we exchange ideas, we create awareness, we create sensitization for those who have desire to practice artificial intelligence. And so it's a very good one. But what we do in Brainsoft system, we decide to take a step forward into practice. We stop talking, we start doing. Because one thing is this, if we continue to talk about artificial intelligence, maybe we end up glorifying problems. Or maybe we end up glorifying those who are solving problems. But what we want to do is to take advantage, go into practice, and get the benefit therefrom. One elderly African man said, when you see a long snake and you cannot kill the snake, it's so big, he said, but pursue the snake and make sure you cut a part that is sufficient for your dinner. So artificial intelligence is that big technology with different branches, different aspects to it. But we can always, take it from a portion and get the benefit therefrom. So this evening, I will be talking to you about what is involved in AI practice. That is, if you are setting up a firm that is into maybe AI consultancy like a Brainsoft system, what is involved? What skill sets do you need? What will you be encountering? And what are the options? What are the career options? What are the things that you can, decide to focus on? Then I will also talk to you about what we do at Brainsoft Systems and the challenges we have had to pass through and how we manage to overcome them. So in the process of discussing this, perhaps we'll be able to touch on a number of aspects on artificial intelligence. So first, we look at what is involved. If you are setting up an AI system or AI consultancy firm, first, you are going to need to have some expertise. AI is an advanced technology. Of course, you know that. So you are going to need to have some skill sets. I start my professional career as a mechanical engineer. I have a degree in mechanical engineering, and if there's anything I love about engineering is that we provide solutions to problems. So my particular interest was providing computational solution for problems. Okay, so I pick up some skill in programming, then we're writing program in Visual Basic, in visualbasic.net, in C#, in Java, then in Python, and the rest of it. That skill set will be necessary, not just in programming alone, but a host of other computational approach to solving problems. You are going to need team building because artificial intelligence is a multidisciplinary field. You have different fields of artificial intelligence, and it's not likely you have one person who know all. So you are going to have to build team. The success of your establishment will depend on the capabilities and the knowledge of the team that you put together. Putting up a team together to practice AI, you are going to need some kind of AI software development skills. You have to be developing some apps, that take advantage of AI. And in the process, you are going to need AI awareness and education, because the clients that will be coming to you to bring business to you, they will be describing their problem with some terminologies, with some, referring to some concepts. So you will need to have knowledge of some concepts. So are we saying now that everybody who wants to practice has to have a PhD in artificial intelligence? Well, maybe not necessarily. Not necessarily. Maybe you have had a master's degree in computer science or a doctorate degree in computer science. If you want to practice AI, it might just be sufficient for you to take a short course, maybe a 3-month course on one of the various branches of artificial intelligence. and combine it with your existing knowledge, you'll be able to operate. You will also need partnership and collaboration. You will need to, work with some existing firms. Sometimes you just need to have a knowledge of what technology is available and then bring the technologies together to solve a problem. Is usually when I have a problem to solve, the first thing I think about is that what has others done in this type of problem. So it might just be okay to bring some solutions together, combine them intelligently, and solve your problem. And like we said, artificial intelligence itself has a number of branches. Maybe I should just mention a few of these so that you understand what I'm talking about. For example, you can talk of machine learning. So that is where we train model with data. Okay, model are nothing but algorithms, and then get data to train so as to understand the relationship between data and come up with a model. So machine learning is a branch. Deep learning is a branch. Deep learning, like machine learning, also involves learning from data. The difference between deep learning and machine learning is that deep learning,
by all
the
means.
learning process. Mustafa Isha, please mute your system. Thank you. In deep Okay, I think I was mistakenly muted. I've unmuted myself. So I was between deep learning and machine learning. I said I'm still having a lot of interference in the background. All right, so we also have natural language processing. This is a branch where we are creating a machine model that will understand the human language. For example, maybe we want to convert speech to text. Maybe we want to convert text to speech. Maybe we want to, draw intelligence from speech. For example, as I'm talking now, you might want to design a system that will analyze my mood based on what I'm saying. So this is a branch of artificial intelligence we call natural language processing. We also have computer vision. That's a branch of AI where we try to give visual intelligence to machine. You have camera all over the places. So the camera see objects, but might not necessarily understand what it sees. With artificial intelligence, we make the machine to be able to draw intelligence from visual data. For example, we may have an object detection system. We may have a system that is detecting colors, for example, or that is capturing plate number. One of our clients, we are currently discussing capturing the plate number of every vehicle that passes a particular location. So things like that, or like creating visual aid, visual assistant for those who are visually disabled. For example, if you have a project where you have a spectacle, you put a camera on the spectacle, and then the blind man wears that. As it goes around, the camera in the spectacle is seeing different objects. Then you can have a system that identify the object that is seen and then pronounce the name or a description of the object for the person. So these are some of the things we do under computer vision. There's also robotics. Some literature classify robotics as a branch of artificial intelligence. Some look at robotics as a standalone field. Our professors can tell us authoritatively which is applicable, but simply in robotics, we are creating automation. We are creating a system that can, for example, in humanoid, it's a type of robot that is designed to mimic human being, that can talk, that can listen, that can respond to questions, like you have all these Chinese robots. So this is robotics as a branch of artificial intelligence. We have expert systems. Those are systems that respond, take decision, like experts. For example, in the medical expert system, you just interact with the system. Maybe you tell the system that I have a headache, I didn't sleep last night, I have this, I have that. Then the system can tell you to go and take some test. And then based on the result of that test, the system can even prescribe for you some drug to take, just like what you have when you go to the clinic or to the hospitals. Honestly, with artificial intelligence, the medical profession is under threat because we have expert systems that can take decisions, that is even better than an average doctor. So we have all these branches of artificial intelligence. We have genetic algorithms, we have AI ethics, we have generative adversarial networks. That's a kind of system that have two components that compete with each other, okay? That you have the generator and then the discriminator. So you use the generator to generate fake data, then you use the discriminator to classify. So you have the real data, the generator is generating fake data, and then you are training the two systems together so that they compete with each other. The generator learn more to create fake data, then the discriminator or the classifier learn more to identify fake data. So that way you have a very powerful model that is able to classify. Now, all these branches of artificial intelligence means that if you are setting up a firm that is into AI practice, you need some level of collaboration. Other things you will need to work with will be data. You will need to master how to collect data, how to manage data. Data is the blood on which AI lives. Okay, we use data to train model, we analyze data, we pre-process data, we draw intelligence out of data. You may just focus on working with data, as a AI startup. And your work may be in model training and model optimization. Something, forgive me, that's to optimize model. What is model? Because sometimes we talk a lot about model and okay, let's say you have a data set, S, Y. Okay, let's say when S is 1, Y is 10. When S is 2, Y is 20. When S is 3, Y is 30. Straight away from this data set, you can come up and say, okay, Y is equal to 10 times X. Y is equal to 10X. That Y is equal to 10S is a model. Okay, it's a simple model. Of course, it's an equation. If you need to use it to predict what will be Y when S is 20, for example, you will need to know how to do substitution, how to solve mathematics. But what we do as a computation solution, what we do is to transform that Y is equal to 10S into a computational object. For example, maybe I just have a function and I say function get Y, so that I pass the S as an input. Then maybe I say Y is equal to 10S, return Y. Okay, if you are writing a JavaScript or C# or C++, something like that. Now, I can now save this program as an executable and then save it in some kind of a container, maybe some GUI or some web interface or whatever, so that at any point in time, anybody can now put any value for S and then it will get a value for Y. So I have gotten a model. Of course, in the example of data set I give you, this is a very trivial kind of data set. The real world situation is not the type where you will see S and Y. You are going to have a multivariate data set. A data set that you have different fields, different columns that are determining the outcome. And the outcome may not just be numerical like that. So it may not be a regression kind of problem. It may be a classification kind of problem or a combination of both. Okay. When I say regression problem, I mean a problem where numerically the outputs vary, regressively as the inputs. But classification problem is one in which you have to classify the outcome as one of certain categories. For example, let's say you are working on a website, you are classifying a website because maybe you want to protect the users, then you want to write a program that will see a website and determine if this website is safe to access or is not safe to access. Okay, so you want a model that will look at the content of that website and say, no, this website is not safe. So in that case, you are solving a classification problem, right? So this can be your focus. If you are setting up a startup business in AI, you may just want to be creating model and training the model. Now, creating the model is one thing. Training it, this may mean that you take an existing model. There are a lot of them, logistic regression, nearest neighbor classifiers, naive Bayes classifiers. There are a lot of them. You may pick one and want to train it. What does it mean, training it? You pass data through it so that the model would understand the relationship between the data and then come up with ability to predict when a different data is put into it. Okay. Now, these models have a lot of parameters. They have a lot of, if you take a model, an existing model, there are a lot of settings you can do into the parameters. For example, in a KNN, you may want to look at the number of neighbors. Okay. So those parameters, arranging them up and down so that you get a model that give you your best result. That is optimization. We might need to, it might be the focus of your business. Also, your business may just focus on ethical issues. Your business may focus on research, because AI is a field that is growing rapidly. So you need also to go along with the trend. You may also need to pay attention to customer feedback and to marketing, because one of the challenges we have, especially in this part of the world, is that people have not got enough understanding about the technology. So sometimes if you are talking to a client and you said, I can build a system that will do this, and do that, he might just be seeing you as a Yahoo boy or some kind of fraudulent guy. So, and sometimes people have too much expectation. To be honest, sometimes those who push the technology forward do some hyping. Sometimes there's I don't know if you are aware of this technology they call a deep fake. Okay, not deep learning, deep fake. Of course, deep fake use deep learning. Deep fake is a technology that uses artificial intelligence to create fake events using pictures, using graphical data to create fake events. Take, for example, maybe I want to deceive you that I was a footballer. Okay, then I can take a video clip, maybe from one of the matches played between Chelsea and Manchester United. I can take a 5-minute clip, break it down into pictures, then look at one of the players there, maybe one of the players that I like the way he plays. Then I can take out his face and put my face there. I can even make my face to be younger, and then put it in the face of that player. So as the player runs around, does this and that, it will appear as if I'm the one doing it. So that way, we are creating a fake event, okay? This sometimes, is being used to overhype AI, So it take people to, who carefully study what AI is all about, what are the different angles to it to understand this. Now, I will talk about the career options. I will talk about the career options in AI. That is, if you are setting up an AI firm, okay, you can work as a machine learning engineer. You will be designing and building model. You'll be deploying models. You'll be integrating model into real-world applications. You can work as a data scientist, okay? In that case, you'll be collecting data. You'll be cleaning data. When I say cleaning data, I mean, when you collect data, you are going to see some anomaly. You are going to see some outliers. You are going to see some data that are not appropriate. Okay, maybe you use questionnaire, for example, or you have a form on your web page that you ask people to fill and supply their data. Some will fill it and then omit some information, or some will put the information in a different language than the one you are expecting. So you cannot use all this data in your training data sets. You want to look through them, remove those that are not appropriate, those that are not compatible with the rest. Okay, so it might be what you want to be doing. That is a career option in AI. It may also be that you want to do data engineering. Okay, so in data science, you are collecting data, analyzing data, bringing out insight from data. In data engineering, you are building the pipeline for data analysis. You are building the tools. So maybe I create some graphical tools, then I give it out for anybody who want to understand this data. So as soon as they put the data there, my tool will display the data graphically. Okay, so in that case, that's like data engineering. Okay, you may also be a research scientist. You may also be supporting researchers in their work. Maybe you are, like we mentioned before, maybe you are collecting data, maybe you are analyzing it. You may also choose to be a computer vision engineer, trying to develop a AI system that have visual intelligence. Or maybe you are a robotics engineer creating robots or creating containers for automation systems. Okay, you may also be a product manager, or you may be a consultant, you may just be a software developer, you may be a sales engineer. Yes, because some persons will create the product. Now, the product needs to get from the producer to those who consume it. But those who consume it need to understand what the product will do if they are going to patronize it. And even after that, they still need to have more knowledge of how to operate the system. So you can work as this. At Brainsoft, what do? We develop AI-powered systems. We build models, we train models, we optimize models. There are a lot of models already in existence. So sometimes when you have a problem to solve, most time, the existing model are okay, they are sufficient to solve the problem. But sometimes you have to combine, a number of them to solve a particular problem. And sometimes you have to let that model do the work, and then you add some additional stuff to it. Training models sometimes can be very expensive in terms of computational resources required. Sometimes your system may need to run 1 month, 2 months training a model. Okay, so and sometimes you need a very high spec system to be able to do the training. Most researchers might not be able to invest so much in such systems. So we develop such for our clients. We support researchers. We collect data, we process data, we engineer data, we do analysis, we do analytics, we create visualization and all of that to support our clients. We also do training. We provide training because this is one of the career options also in AI. You can just be to create awareness for people. In Brainsoft, we train people on programming, on software development, on web development, on database administration, various programming languages, and we also train on AI concepts generally. We integrate AI solutions into existing hardware. We support institutions by providing tools, computational tools that can help both the student and the teacher. For example, we did an examination platform for visually disabled. Okay, so there's a school, a school for the blind. Now, when you have a blind person, how do they write exam? Okay, so we have this platform that the blind person just needs to, tap a key. The platform, the exam has been loaded. The platform will read the question to the blind person, and then the blind person will say back the answer. The platform will capture the answer and then send it back to the server for assessment. Okay, so this way, we ensure that even the disabled are included. Okay, we also do procurement, help our clients to buy equipment, to buy components, to upgrade their system, and we provide technical services. What are the challenges? Well, especially in Nigeria, we have a number of challenges toward practicing artificial intelligence. One of such is limited awareness and limited understanding of AI. Some have too much expectation, some have insufficient knowledge of the system. I'll share an experience with you. A client called me, said he heard about my company, that we are into artificial intelligence. I said, yes. He said he needs a fridge in his kitchen that is powered by artificial intelligence. I was like, okay, so powered by artificial intelligence, how? He said he doesn't want it to be powered by NEPA, that the NEPA is not good in their area. I said, okay, so you are looking at generator or solar? He said, no, he doesn't want the noise of generator. And then he said he has solar before, but they told him that if you have to use it to operate his fridge, then he will need to buy 3 batteries or 4 batteries. That it was too expensive. So he wanted to power it with artificial intelligence. So you can see that there's a knowledge gap there. There's a knowledge gap there. So, but we understand what he wants. So we just look around the market. We saw a DC fridge, a fridge that run on direct current. So you just plug it straight to battery. Okay. So we get just one battery, and then we got a smart charger as small as a phone, and then smart because it charges the battery intelligently. It knows when to charge fast, it knows when to charge slow, it knows when to. We assembled this together, and then when we got to the client, we saw that the existing solar that was done was not, professionally done. The batteries were not well arranged, so we redress it, beautify it. We even put a flower on top of it, and the client was very happy. So the point I'm making is there is limited awareness about AI out there, especially in our country, and there's sometimes too much expectation. That's the challenge. Another challenge is that there's shortage of skilled AI personalities. I appreciate you guys. I'm seeing a lot of person logging in. I want to believe that one way or the other, you are acquiring skill in artificial intelligence, irrespective of which of the branches you are specializing in. So that is good. Hopefully, in times to come, we'll have enough hands. So if you are looking to employ persons who will work with you, it's quite the supply is a problem in Nigeria. And another challenge is in access to quality data. Okay, so I remember when I was doing a project, I needed to collect data from MTN. It was tough. We know they have to protect, they have to protect their data, we understand, but to get data, the train model, is a challenge. Another challenge we have is infrastructure. Sometimes you need a very good network to do your work, and that is not something we have very much in this part of the world. Other challenges have to do with funding and investment. The technology, the equipment required to work in AI are quite expensive. Yeah. For you to have a simple laptop that you use for training, maybe you are spending 1.5 million, 2 million to buy one. So, and you need funds. How much is it? Easy to get loan? How much? So these are some of the challenges that we confront with, and also the issue of people resistant to change. Okay, you get to a company and you tell them that, okay, you are using Excel, so that's good, but I can build a system for you that is even better than Excel, that is going to, analyze your data, is going to be able to predict your data and this and that and that and that. And the person will tell you that even the Excel, if I finish the features. So sometimes people do not really want to change. It's also a challenge. And the other challenge is how much of support do we have from the government, the policies, how much does it favor the AI business, and then the client, how much are they ready to to adjust to the requirement of AI? How much do we trust ourselves in Nigeria? Sometimes when there is a project and you tell the men at the top that, yeah, we can do this, we can deliver this, they may just choose to call guys from China or from America to come and do it. Maybe sometimes that gives the opportunity, to manipulate some figures and the rest of it. These are challenges. But the bottom line, are we going to say because there are challenges, we will not go into the business? Definitely no. We have to keep trying. And what we do in Brainsoft is that we familiarize ourselves with the best practice. We familiarize ourselves with the standard. If you are going to be in the business, you need to be familiar with the standards, that the international standard that stipulate how the AI business should be run. For example, we have ISO 23894 and ISO 27018, 2019 and 2020. This standard dictates the code of practice, dictates the overview and vocabularies of artificial intelligence, the reference architecture, and so on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will not want to take your time forever. What I have discussed briefly is the practice of AI, that we should take the boldness to stop into practice. Okay, there are several options that we can go into. We look at the branches of artificial intelligence, whether it is computer vision, whether it is machine learning, whether it is natural language processing or natural language generation, or whether it is robotics, or whether it is other ones. So look at any of these and see which one you have specialization. Remember that you might need to collaborate. Remember that there will be challenges, but do not give up. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for the time you have given me. Let me stop here for now and listen to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. That was robust. We have so many people's hands raised, but I'm just going to unmute some of us. So if you see that you're unmuted, please go ahead and ask your question. Thank you all. So, Oluwole Ojo, please go ahead and ask your question. We may not be able to take everyone's question because of the time, but please, I'm sure that some of your answers you will get from the response to the questions that will be asked.
Good
so
evening,
please
sir.
go ahead, Oluwole, sir.
Good evening, sir. Yeah, I want to ask, like we that don't have background in a computer, how can we dabble into this AI of a thing? And in which area can it be best known to us?
Okay, thank you very much. I got your question. You said those that do not have background in computer, how can they dabble into artificial intelligence? Yes, like I said before, artificial intelligence is a very big, mammoth technology, and I believe that everybody can dabble into it. Yes, yes, but you will need to acquire some skill. So what you can do, let's say you are a graduate of mathematics or physics or anything, what you can do is to go and take a short course on artificial intelligence. You might take a 3-month course on data cleaning. You might take a 3-month course on visualization. For example, I'm trying to remember the name of this application that Tableau, yes, Tableau, yes. Tableau is used for data visualization. And you can learn Tableau in just 1 week. Or let's say you want to have a hand-on learning and experience, let's say 1 month. And Tableau is a very powerful tool for data analysis. It shows you, analyze the data, show you the graphical representation, interpret the data, So you can do that. Then you can also go into other aspects of it that does not involve the core programming. Okay, so that is if you don't have a background in computer science. You can also go into sales. You know, I mentioned the other time that there are those who work as a sales engineer. But if you go into sales, you want to be helping those who are producing to sell their products, but you still need to have some understanding of AI concepts, AI terminologies. Then you can do a short course on that. And you know, the interesting thing is that some of these short courses, you can even get them free. Maybe on YouTube, maybe on Coursera, maybe on Udemy. Udemy sell their video training, some free, like 30-minute training free. And you can also consult with Brainsoft System Limited for a training. So this way, you'll be able to do some part of artificial intelligence. So let me stop there for other questions.
Thank you, sir. If I don't have your name, I'm not going to unmute you. For example, Galaxy Notes, I'm sorry, you will have to write your proper name. Okay, so if you have, yes, Mr. Akuna Stella, or Mrs. Akuna Stella. Akuna Stella, please go ahead. Unmute yourself. Okay, we moved to Nuhu Junior. If you're asked to unmute yourself, please kindly do so quickly. Adeleke Esther. Okay. I'm giving you permission to unmute yourself, those of you that have your hands raised. So if you see that, please just click on mute.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to ask a question because I want to go for my master's. Which part of maths would you advise someone who is interested in artificial intelligence to go for? Because maths is very wide. So which part of maths?
Oh, I don't know
Did you
why.
hear my question?
Yes, it has to be on mute. I don't know why you have been muted. I didn't mute you, sir.
Okay, I'm unmuted now.
Okay.
Yes, you asked a very intelligent question. Thank you. You said which part of mathematics. So, well, almost every part is important, but the part that is most relevant to AI would be statistics. Because you will deal with a lot of data in statistics, and the machine learning thing, which is the background, which is the basic thing in AI, is coming from statistics. Okay, so that's an aspect, but it doesn't mean that if you have read maths generally, you cannot also come into artificial intelligence. You can, but just a brief answer will tell you that you might look at statistics. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, go ahead, sir. Whoever that wants to speak.
Okay, sir. Please, sir, I want to ask, by God's grace, I have a background in computer science. So I want to know the practical steps that are those skills that I need to have one by one, or stage to stage, those training I need to do in order to start my career in artificial intelligence.
Again, it depends on which branch of artificial intelligence you looking at. Okay, but one thing that is very common.
Auntie Tochi.
One thing that is very common is that you are going to have to write program. So if you have background in computer science, that is very good. I would advise you that take up a programming language. Most importantly, maybe you take Python, or you take R programming language, take MATLAB. Okay, Python is very easy to learn, and is one of the standard in the industry. So the set of skill you need to acquire step by step depends on which branch you are going into. But the first thing is that you must have a general knowledge of it. So I think National Open Universities runs artificial intelligence at a master's level. They run information technology at master's level. They run cybersecurity. So any of this is fine. You will be given some training on programming. So the skill set depends on which part you are going to specialize on, but the skill, the programming skill, and the data skill, data analysis, data interpretation, and statistics generally will be relevant to almost all the fields. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Isaac Ayere. Pardon me that I didn't call your name correctly. Esther Eritrea, go ahead. You're unmuted. Okay. Gladys.
Good evening. What I want to ask.
This is Gladys.
When I got into this
hello
AI study, I really want to.
Which is there a difference?
I want to use this AI for. One, I want to be able to produce cartoon, children cartoon. Is it possible to use AI to produce them, children cartoons, mobile, moving and singing and jumping at the same time? That is really what I want to do with this AI. And number two, is it possible to use it to do graphic drawing, art drawing? That's what I really needed this tool for.
Okay, you said you want to be creating cartoons.
Children cartoon.
Okay.
And drawing. Drawing children, books, and rest. So that was I want.
Okay. You don't need artificial. Of course, artificial intelligence is applicable to everything you do. It's a cutting-edge technology, that can enhance anything. But if it's just those who create a cartoon generally, that one is a graphic manipulation. You might not really need to bother yourself with too much of artificial intelligence to create cartoon. There are softwares for creating cartoon, so you can just do a training on those. Yeah, just try Google or try udemy.com and say training on creating cartoon. I have a 8-year-old son. He always creates cartoon. I will tell him that, there's something more advanced you should be doing, just creating cartoon. But he enjoys it, he catches fun. So you might not necessarily need artificial intelligence to create cartoon. But let's say you are into cartoon creation, and now you want to enhance your cartoon. You want your cartoon to start acting like robots, to become so much more intelligent than ordinary cartoon. Then in that case, you might need artificial intelligence. So it's just like somebody who say he wants to do business. Without going to school, you can do business now. You can just learn trading from anywhere and then start to trade. But if you go to school, okay, and then you go into business, you have an edge, right? You'll be able to bring the concept of your education into the business. Maybe you'll be ahead of those who do it. So that's just the way I can attempt your question. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. Okay. This is Gladys. This is Gladys.
Okay, Gladys.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for this insightful session. Please, I'm an HR consultant. I want to know how applicable is this artificial intelligence to human resources business. Then, and if I want to bring up myself up to date on this, what type of training or what aspect of AI should I go into?
Very, very good question. Honestly, one of the areas where AI is most applicable is in the HR department. In HR, you want to hire the best staff for your company. You want a staff that is going to deliver what you need. Okay.
Yes.
Now, that is not an easy process when you do it with natural intelligence. That is with your native intelligence, because you have maybe thousands of applicants. Okay. Then you have different characteristics of these applicants, their education, their age, where they come from, their skill sets, and so on. You now have to think through all of this to determine which particular person will perform better or perform best if employed. This is an area where you need artificial intelligence. Okay. So you are going to use a model, whether you use an existing model, you create a model, whatever. Then you are going to train the model to identify who is the best among these candidates. You are going to collect the data about the candidates, maybe from their CV. For example, I develop a program for a client. You just submit your CV. Then from the CV, the program will capture all your information. It will extract your name, your age, your date of birth, your address, your phone number, a whole lot of information from that CV. Now, using a model can tell you that this particular staff will perform better. We can even rate the performance. Okay, maybe over 100. This one likely to give you this level of performance than this other one. So artificial intelligence can help you to identify the best staff for that particular position. So if you want to do this, get a general overview of artificial intelligence, learn the general concepts. Then maybe you now contract the process of building a model to those who are practicing in the field. Because if you really want to say you want to start building model by yourself, you might need to take some years to become an expert in building such model. So maybe you contract it out, and then they will give you a model that will help you select the best out of the number of students that are, number of applicants that are applying to your business. There are also other areas that AI can apply to HR. Okay. So maybe after this section, you can chat me up. I can give you more areas. Maybe I can be more specific depending on what you do in your company.
Okay. Sorry, sir.
Okay. Hello. Sorry, please let her complete her statement, please.
Hello.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, I said if I'm going to shout you up, am I going to get your contact, sir?
Okay. I don't know if the organizer permits me to share my phone number.
I'm sure Dr. Sase will pass across the information to everyone, sir.
Okay. Please contact Dr. Sase
All right.
for my contact. Yeah.
Your training providers and your facilitators to get across all the information you require.
Okay.
Thank you.
So good evening.
Yes, sir.
I'm really honored to be part of this whole program, and I think this is the right way the world is actually driving to, and I'm proud to be part of it. So my question is, I'm already in the accounting field. I'm head of reconciliation at where I am. I'm from Ghana. I handle reconciliation issues. So I wanted to find out how best I can abreast myself with an AI course to work very easy and save time.
Okay, thank you. Well, first it depends on how much time you have and then your vision. See, I always tell people when they want to buy a phone or they want to buy a car, some people just want the latest or the highest, not necessarily. You look at what do you need. Let's say you are buying a phone, what function or functionality do you need? So when you see it, you go for that which gives you what you need. So as a person, you need to look at your dream, look at where you want to go in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. If simply it is just to enhance your potential, and you are already a professional in a field, like you said, in an accounting field, you're already a professional, you just want to enhance your knowledge, then maybe what you need is to take a short course, a 3-month or a 6-month course in data science, because your accounting work has a lot to do with data. So you can take a short course in that. But if you have the mind of doing something more than what you are currently doing in your profession, if you have the time, you can take a course in artificial intelligence, maybe a master's or a PhD course, and then you'll be able to do more than what you are doing. So again, my answer is that it depends on your dream, what you want to achieve in the short time and then in the long time.
Okay, thank you very much. I think my question is well answered. But apparently, I mean, I think in the field of accounting, I think AI is also taking a big impact on the accounting industry too, in the accounting aspect and the auditing. And since I'm actually accounting, auditing, they are all in the same family. So I think I'll take a course in that, and so that I'll be versatile and can use the whole system to myself and for the betterment of the society, because I think this is where the world is driving to. So if you are not part of it, you are going to lose a whole lot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't know if you use Chat GPT. I just say something about Chat GPT. Let's say you are going to audit an accounting system, okay? Then you get the information, you get the data, then you push it to Chat GPT and you said, give me a checklist or give me a set of questions I can ask to audit this firm. You'll be surprised. If you need 100 questions, ChatGPT will just pump it out for you. So that is artificial intelligence in operation there. So I'm really trying to support your point that AI is applicable in every aspect of the professional world. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good evening. Thank you so much for
Yes, go ahead. I'm with you. Okay, look like we lost that person. I'm still seeing some hand up. I'm still seeing some hand up. Please, if it's possible for you to unmute yourself.
Yes, they can unmute themselves. I've given them permission. I just don't want to unmute too many people at the same time. So if you can see unmute yourself, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
My name is Henry Okomo. I just finished this class. I'm already in the IT.
Okay.
Around an IT firm.
Please move a little closer to your device so that we can hear you.
Yes, I run an IT firm.
Okay.
And this artificial intelligence is something that we need to explore as Nigerians, because in 2000 I'll be following IT, world. I find out that, thank God, that artificial intelligence is revealing a lot of things. So what I want is I'm trying to say if I can get people that we can collaborate. I'm a business analyst. I have a lot of business ideas that can be run with AI and other applications. So I will draw them in the script, then collaboration will take it up from there and develop a solution that can solve individual problems, business problems, enterprise problems. So I don't know how that can be possible.
Okay, very good point. Well done. Well done. You run an IT firm. That's quite good. But I can tell you these days, most of the job people will bring into you will be having requiring you to do some AI stuff into it. And then, like I said, during the training, you need collaboration, because even if you are into AI, you may not be into all the aspects. Okay, and even when you are into many of the aspects, when in real life job, if you want to do all, you are going to spend maybe years. It'll be too late to even deliver it. So yeah, collaborative effort is the way to go. You have to look for those companies with which you can collaborate. Yes, Brainsoft System Limited, we are open to collaboration. And like we said before, you can get my contact through the organizer, through Dr. Osaze. You can get my contact, and then we can discuss more on it from there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can, we'll be rounding up in another 10 minutes. Like I said, it's not possible to have everybody's questions answered. I mean, you can still post your questions to your WhatsApp pages, your classes, and it will be answered as much as possible. Thank you so much. For those that have given permission to ask a question, please go ahead. If you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much for this training. It was very interactive, educative, and informative. I actually enjoyed it, though my area was not actually covered, but I can imagine areas where, as the lecture was going on, as I was reading those scripts, I could imagine where I could apply them in my own area. I'm a librarian. Presently, I'm heading a library, government library though. I want to ask, out of curiosity, which area can this artificial intelligence can be applied in librarianship?
Okay.
I don't know.
In your work as a librarian, I want to get the librarian part of it. That's you had a library.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the activities, or you want to know some of the activities we carry out in the library? Maybe that could help for you to answer my question. Actually, we do we deal with a lot of data and information. We also classify and we catalog. I don't know whether you understand what I mean by cataloging and classification in librarianship. In that field or in that area, we try to there is what they call class mark in librarianship. We try to maybe try to look at a book or read a book, though the abstract, not the whole book, and try to classify that book by giving a particular class mark, so that when users comes to the library to use the library, they can easily access a material, an information material. I don't know, because on my own, I've been thinking, I think this artificial intelligence can be applied in areas like logging and classification, and also indexing. I don't know, but I want you to throw more light. Since I'm not a major in artificial intelligence, I want you to throw more light how this can be applied in this area.
All right, thank you. I get your question. First, like I've said before, I'm re-emphasizing it that artificial intelligence is applicable in all fields.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. I got the invitation for this forum a little later, and then because it's evening, I do not have access to my production systems. Maybe I would have shown you some of the application I did for clients. There's one that summarizes a book, either a book or a write-up generally. You can copy maybe a 5,000 words book into the application, and you tell him to give you an abstract or to give you a summary of it in 10 sentences. Okay, artificial intelligence will do that. It will summarize, okay, the book for you and give you a concise summary of it. That is one side to it. Then in the cataloging, okay, now maybe you have classified your books into this, into this, into this. Now every other book that is coming, every other new book that is coming, you have the job of now reading through it and determine, does it fall in the class of geography, or does it fall in the class of social science, or into this class or into that class? Now that may be a lot of job, you know, for you to read through an entire book and determine which class does it fall to. But that's where artificial intelligence comes in. Okay, I'm seeing a loading whiteboard. Okay. Yeah, fine. So that's one of the areas where artificial intelligence comes in. It can classify the book into the right classes that you have provided. All you need to do is to, you know, have a data set from all your books. Okay, maybe based on content or based on the title. You use that to train a classifier model. Okay, that's a model that has the ability to classify, you know, whether this book belongs to this class or that class or that class. And then it will be doing it. Just the way you will do it, you know. The whole thing about artificial intelligence is this. Human, we have natural intelligence, which we use to work. Now, in artificial intelligence, we are transferring, or we are creating that kind of natural intelligence into computers, so that computer work, do tasks that humans used to do. Okay, now there's a limitation when humans use their natural intelligence to do some tasks. For example, there's a limit to what human can do. No matter how brilliant you are now, if you start classifying, you start working, by the time you work for 12 hours, you are kind of tired, you can start making mistakes. For the computer, maybe it's not so. You can work continuously for 1 year, as long as you keep the temperature and other environmental conditions okay for it. So everything you do as a naturally intelligent person, the computer can do it faster, more efficiently, more accurately. And that is it. So even for your field as a librarian, the artificial intelligence is very applicable.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
We have just 3 minutes more to go. Yes. AL-KHAZ, you can unmute yourself. Or Anna Ulam, you can unmute yourself.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you so much for your insight. Thank you so much. God bless you for all you have said thus far. Okay, my question was, I wanted to ask, if someone wants to go into data analysis, what can I do to appraise myself in that area? And secondly, I teach special kids, so I don't know how I can apply artificial intelligence to help me in this area to be more effective in handling them. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. The first question was going into data science. That's a very good thing, because data applies to every field, and anybody can go into data science. Okay, so if you are going to data science, it depends on where you are coming from, how much skill you already have. Therefore, one thing, you need a good knowledge of mathematics and various branches of mathematics, especially statistics, like we have said before. You need to, I don't know if whether the universities these days run particular courses on data science, I wouldn't know, but you can get training online. You can look for training online and then acquire that. Then you said you train students, special students, and that how artificial intelligence can apply. Yes, I mentioned during the training that I have an application for schools that train blind students. Okay, so we created this application for them, that the blind student can use it to write exam. So during the exam, he just taps a key, the exam will load, the robot that we develop will read the question. We read the question to the student, then the student will answer. The robot will capture the student answer and record it. So this way, even if the student is not seeing what is not seeing the question, he doesn't even see what is writing, but he's able to talk and he's able to hear. So we take advantage of that and assist the student. So you see that artificial intelligence, in fact, is particularly helpful for in the teaching area, especially when you are dealing with students, special students. So we'll look at the specific characteristics and see application that can help in that area. Thank you. I don't know if I answered the question a bit.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. On behalf of the Global Director, Dr. Osase, we would like to appreciate you for your time, sir. Engineer Bayonle, for the way you treated this topic. Thank you so much. I'm sure you'll be getting probably more questions in your private chat when we submit our questions through our TPs and our facilitators. But for today, we want to say thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for coming. We have come to the end of the program. I would just encourage that for all of us, especially for those of us that participated in the theoretical part through WhatsApp, let's ensure the next thing is to pay for our certificates and move on from there. We've heard so much tonight. Let's take it up and do what we should do. I've given every one of us permission to unmute ourselves. Let's all say thank you to our guest speaker. And
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
God
bless you.
Very much.
Love to ask you. We appreciate you.
God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless
We
you.
appreciate you. Thank you.
God bless you.
I'm not happy. I've not been able to ask my questions because I really needed to interaction.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you.
I'll be able to.
Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.